Hey, what's going on? It's Jason Talley. What if I were to tell you that I knew a secret? Something that could be the key to unlocking your potential and helping you fulfill your dreams. Would you want to know what it is? But before we get to that, and before I dive into that, because I'm going to tell you what it is, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about why you are the way that you are? Has that ever really crossed your mind? Why you are the weight that you are? You might have the answer to that one. Why you have the mannerisms that you have? What are your beliefs and your thought processes, and why are they the way that they are? Some might say that it's about who you put around you, right? Or it's about your habits. And I've talked a little bit about that kind of thing before. You might think that it's how you were born, that you were just born this way, and that's why you are the way that you are. And yes, all of those things are true, but it's also none of those things. It's all of those things, but it's none of those things. Some would say how you were born. This is how you were born. This is what you were meant to be from the beginning. Well, I don't think that's true. I think that we are born, and then we are born with a certain set of skills and potential, and we get to determine what that looks like over time as we go along with life. There are two types of mindsets that you can be in. You can be in a set mindset, this mindset where you think that the skills and the talents you have are the things that you were given, and that's all that you have to work with. But there's a whole other mindset, which is a growth mindset, that believes that the set of skills and talents that you are born with are the set of skills and talents that you're born with. You have the ability to be able to grow and to learn and to improve and to do more with your life than what you are given. There's never a point in time where you cannot grow and cannot change. So I don't think that you are the way that you are because you were born that way. You can change things based off of your the way you live your life. And we're going to talk about the answer to that in just a second. So some people might say it's because of the habits that you form. And while that is true, that habits ultimately determine your destiny. Like what it is that you do every single day is going to determine where you end up going. And we're going to talk about that. But your habits are not necessarily the reason why you are the way that you are. We can't attribute everything to just your habits. Now, the people around you, I've heard people say that, and you've probably heard this too, people smarter than me have said that you are pretty much the sum of the 5 people that are closest to you. You're gonna be like the 5 people that are closest to you. And yeah, I definitely believe that that's true, but I cannot say that that is the reason why you are the way that you are. You cannot attribute everything to the fact that so-and-so is an influence in your life, or this person influenced you, whether it be good or bad. Sometimes we think, when we start thinking about why we are the way that we are, we think bad. Well, why are you the way that you are in a good way? Why do you give the way that you do? Why are you such a lover of people? Why is it that you are such a kind person? A lot of that does have to do with influences in our lives. You'll have people in your life, your parent, or some sort of mentor or coach that has influenced you in such a positive way. And that's true. We are, a lot of the reason we are the way that we are is because of people that are in our life. But it's not the only reason. Right now, check it out. Right now, I am planning next month to do what is called a century ride, which is literally where you ride your bike for 100 miles in a day. So a friend of mine and I are going to do this. We're going to go 50 miles deep into this trail, and we're going to turn around and come 50 miles back, and we're going to do it in a day. It's going to take a while. I'm estimating like 8 hours, maybe something like that, to accomplish that. And it's going to be a great time. I'm training for that right now. I just finished reading a book by David Goggins. If you have not heard of him, just Google him, look up his YouTube stuff. He's insane. The book is called Can't Hurt Me. And this man lost 150 pounds in 6 weeks. That's insane. And the way that he did it was he rode 100 miles on a bike to work or before work, excuse me, every single day. Every day. Like, I look at this and I go, I'm training right now to ride 100 miles one time. And that's going to be a big accomplishment for me. I think that's a big accomplishment for anybody. But this guy lost 150 pounds by riding 100 miles before he went into work every day. Like, some folks think that life is just what it is, and there's nothing that we can do to change it. That we don't have the ability to determine our future. That we don't have the ability to determine what it is we're going to be doing in life and what our life is going to be about. But I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Life is a mind game. And the key is, are you ready? The key is consistency. Consistency. It really is better to do something average over a long period of time rather than doing something grand a couple of times. And there really is an even bigger key to this, and we're going to talk about this in just a minute. So don't leave. Listen to this. I personally love golf. I wish I could play it more. I wish I could do it more. But when I was younger, I used to go a lot with my dad, and he was the one who kind of introduced me to golf and kind of gave me the drive to want to do it. But when I was a kid, my main focus really wasn't learning the game. My main focus was driving the golf cart. And we're talking 10, 12, 14 age. And I love driving the golf cart. And if you've never driven a golf cart, or even if you have, golf carts have a governor on them that prevents them from going over a certain speed. You can put the pedal down and it's not going to go any faster than a certain speed. That's just how it is. But every now and again, you can find a golf cart where the governor is broken. And man, when you do, it's a game changer. I'm talking like when you put the pedal down, it's over with. You're looking for the nearest hill. Sometimes I think that we have thoughts in our own life that we have governors that are up here in our head, and these thoughts that kind of limit our potential, that keep us from being whatever it is that we're really meant to be. I used to have these two qualifiers, and I still struggle with this if I'm being honest with you. These two qualifiers that I would ask myself before I ever jumped into anything. And it was, I'm not going to do something unless it can be sustainable and it can be high quality. So YouTube videos, podcasts, writing a book, doing this, doing that. I would say if I can't make it sustainable, so if I can't do it over a long period of time consistently, then I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to do something and then quit. And then I'm not going to do it unless it's going to be high quality. So if the quality's terrible, then I'm not going to do it. Even if I can do it consistently, I want it to be high quality. Over time, I've recognized that really has been a limiting thought for me. That's been something that's kind of held me back a little bit, because like I said in the beginning here, it's better really to do something average over a long period of time than to try to wait and hold back on your potential or hold back on what you could be doing right now because it's not as good as it could be. Now yours might be something completely different. Yours might be something other than that, that's keeping you from being able to reach your potential, or these limiting thoughts that are in our head. It could be the fact that you think you lack the talent or the skill to do whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you, you can work hard and you can get the skill. You're really, your opportunities and your possibility is limitless. It could be that you feel like you don't have the opportunity to do it wherever you are, the place that you live, the job that you're in, your socioeconomic status, whatever it is. I'm here to tell you that you can find a place that will give you an opportunity. You can work out a situation. It might take time. It might be a long shot. It might be a long goal. You might fail the first 5 times or 10 times. But there's a way to make this work if you really, really, really want it to work. Here's the thing. Being consistent is one thing. But when you're really trying to make your dreams come true, it takes a lot more than just consistency. It takes more than just saying yes to something. And here's the key that you've been waiting for. you have to say no. You have to say no sometimes. Winning is going to take you eliminating things from your life. And it's really a never-ending process. Habits or being consistent in your life is like changing oil in your car. It's like having oil in your car. You have to constantly check it. You have to make sure that things are where they're supposed to be, that you're going in the right direction that you want to go. You have to regularly get it checked. And sometimes even with habits, you have to change them on a regular basis to make sure that you're going in the direction you want to go. Or you're going to find yourself in a rut, and you're going to find yourself right back in a situation where you are not being productive, and you're not being everything that you want to be. So let me tell you a story. Used to, when I was younger, I actually used to go to from Huntsville, Alabama to Louisiana. On the way there, driving down the interstate, there is a split in the interstate that going west, that if you're not paying attention, I've done this more than once, you will naturally just exit, because the interstate basically splits in half, and you'll start going south out of nowhere. And the only indicator, if you're not paying attention to the signs and all of that, the only indicator is the fact that the sun is in a different place. And you'll see the interstate signs and such, but like initially the sun was behind you and now it's to your left or whatever. Like the climate has changed, everything has changed. So I'm here to tell you today that if you're not careful, if you don't recognize whatever it is you're going after, what destination are you trying to get to, if you're not intentional about how you're going to get there, then you'll find yourself drifting off in a direction that you don't want to go. If you're not on purpose about how you're going to do it, that's going to happen. I guarantee it. You've got to constantly check in with yourself. You've got to constantly check and see where you are, and are you going in the direction you want to go? Because life will naturally push you in a different direction. So you've got to be intentional. You've got to know where you're going. And then you've got to be able to say no. You've got to know where to pull back on some things. Maybe limiting social media, maybe limiting yourself on how much Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these things. Like, how much are you allowing yourself to just be numbed by all this other stuff in your life, and you're not giving your mind and your heart enough space to dream, and you're not giving yourself enough space to be able to be everything that you really could be in life, to figure out how you can make those dreams come true. And then of course, you have to be consistent. Doing something small over a long period of time is the key to success. It's not the big things. It's not the big things. So today, I would love if you would just hit the comments below, and I want to hear, what is it you're dreaming about? What is it that you want to do and that you're trying to chase after? And what are you doing to get there? Do that. Write it in the comments. I want to see it. I want to hear it. Share with me your story, because we're all in this together and we're all chasing towards something ultimately that is just going to be amazing. You can do everything that you want to do. You really can. You just have to be consistent. You have to limit yourself and make sure that you're staying on track, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you'll get there. Hey, share this video, like it right now, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and until next time, we'll see you.